by lawyer Ted Tech questioned before the High Court COMELEC's junking of their petition to cancel Marcos' certificate of candidacy. A separate petition was filed by martial law victims to disqualify Marcos. They pointed out Marcos was convicted for non-filing of income tax returns from 1982 to 1985 when he was governor and vice governor of Ilocos Norte. They insisted Marcos committed a crime of moral turpitude and perjury for making false representations in his COC. COMELEC rejected this argument, saying the tax law applicable to Marcos did not perpetually disqualify him from holding public office. The poll body also says the 1977 tax code did not require mandatory prison time. Marcos also dismissed the petitions, pointing out that the Supreme Court no longer has jurisdiction on his case, saying it now falls within the sole jurisdiction of the Presidential Electoral Tribunal. The fight's not yet over for the petitioners. They can still file a motion for reconsideration, but it's going to be an uphill battle since they're up against a unanimous decision. Anjali Marios, CNN Philippines.
Organizers say the inauguration of incoming President Bongbong Marcos on June 30 will be solemn and simple. One of the heads of the preparation committee, Franz Imperial, says the program is all set except for some minor details they have yet to finalize. Marcos is expected to take his oath of office at exactly 12 noon on June 30th at the National Museum. Imperial says the inauguration will start with actress Tony Gonzaga singing the national anthem, followed by an ecumenical invocation. There will also be a 30-minute military civil parade and the singing of the inauguration song. Supreme Court Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo will administer the oath of office. No details yet on Marcos's inaugural speech, but Imperial says the president-elect will not be needing a teleprompter. The Philippine National Police saying it will exercise maximum tolerance for those planning to hold protest actions on Thursday. Interior Secretary Eduardo Año says they will only be allowed at designated freedom parks in Manila. These are the honest. Police forces will be augmented in the areas to ensure a peaceful assembly, while mobile jails will be set up around the National Museum for any unruly individual.
While ongoing ang inauguration or taking, and this could be in various platforms, no? Yun nga, sinasabi natin, pwede sa mga nagrarally, hihiyaw sila doon, baka mag-attempt sila magsunog ng APG. Tapos sa mga online and website platforms, pa pwedeng gawin nila yun. Kaya nga kasama rin natin ang DICT dito.
Meron tayong ilalagay na bus ng BGMP na para if ever the case arises, no, kailangan talaga doon na po yung ating bus ng BGMP.
3,000 are known to have been tortured, killed, or disappeared during the martial law era under Bongbong Marcos' father, the late former dictator Ferdinand Marcos. CNN Philippines will bring you the presidential inauguration as it happens this Thursday, June 30th at the National Museum in Manila. Catch our special coverage beginning at 9 a.m. with senior anchor Pinky Webb and myself. Relief for jeepney drivers and operators still hitting roadblocks, with transport authorities yet to decide on appeals for additional fare increases. Paige Javier tells us whether drivers could expect a decision before the new administration takes over.
Transport regulators still have their hands full 2 days before they step down from office. The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board has yet to decide on a petition for an additional 1 peso provisional jeepney fare increase in Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and Region 4. They also demand a 2 peso provisional hike of minimum fare in other regions. The LTFRB recently approved a 1 peso minimum fare hike for the first 4 kilometers in those regions. Jeepney drivers say the proposed increase is better than nothing.
Pero malaking bagay sana kung madadagdagan yung pamasahe para kahit papano may pandagdag pang diesel.
Taas ng gas, pasang diesel, wala na kami kinikita eh.
Transport groups who filed the petition say the increase is urgent amid another round of fuel price hike. Most commuters are sensitive to the clamor of jeepney drivers and operators.
Kawawa rin naman yung mga mga driver.
Para din naman yan sa mga sa mga driver natin.
Pabor po ako lalo na nung may nakausap po akong jeepney driver.
LTFRB Executive Director Tina Cachon says a decision will be out by June 30th.
It's really very hard for the board na maglabas ng ganitong klaseng decision if in terms of what is happening right now also, because it will impact not only the operators and the drivers but the commuters as well.
The National Economic Development Authority, or NEDA, warns of further increase in inflation if an additional fare hike is approved. Cachon says they are facing another tall order. Petitions for a permanent fare increase ranging from 5 to 6 pesos and 2.50 for succeeding kilometers. The LTFRB says it is already reviewing the proposals, but it's up to the next administration to decide.
Kailangan i-discuss ng maigi ito Malaki masyado yung increase na hinihingi. Kaya kailangan nating bigyan ng time yung NEDA to really study what will be the impact. It would also be unfair for this board na magdedesisyon bigla-bigla.
The next hearing for the main petitions is on July 27th. Cachon says she's hoping that incoming LTFRB officials will prioritize the POV modernization program. As for jeepney drivers, they could only wish their pleas won't fall on deaf ears. Paige Javier, CNN Philippines.
10,000 jeepney drivers may receive their fuel subsidies by end June or the first week of July, while the LTFRB admits delays in the aid distribution for over 600,000 tricycle drivers, citing technical issues. Another crisis for consumers as experts project a potential water shortage in 3 years' time. Senior correspondent Lois Calderon reports a water supply. Another crisis, recycling water as early as now.
Drinking water. We drink it every day and often take it for granted. But it's becoming scarce. 3 years from now, or by 2025, 1.8 billion people, or 2/3 of the world's population, will face water shortages. That's the estimate of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Companies like Maynilad are moving to find other sources, like water from your kitchen and toilets, with all the grime and slime. That's unthinkable for many. But the Philippines is learning lessons from Singapore and Africa, the trailblazers in water recycling.
Mahaba ang pinagdaanan na journey ng Maynilad bago kami nakarating dito. Nag-research, nag-test, nag-further test, nag-validation, nag-benchmarking, at eventually na pumili kami ng teknolohiya.
Ultraviolet disinfection, biological treatment, chlorination, ultrafiltration, and reverse osmosis. Wastewater goes through each of these stages.
Think of the water filters you have at home, but this one is of a bigger scale. 3 ultrafilter membranes working so hard to make sure that no virus, no bacteria, or any other contaminants will pass through.
Maynila dubbed it its new water, with clearance from the Department of Health, MWSS, and DENR. They made a toast to that milestone by drinking the treated water themselves.
Kung ano yung nakaset na parameters according to Philippine National Standard of Drinking Water. Katulad din ng nasabi nila na lahat naman dumaan.
The threat of a water crisis is real. Maynila produces 2,600 millions of liter per day. Its customers need 5% on top of that. So there's a supply crunch.
The water supply is really tight and we can't build a new dam overnight.
For now, Maynilad can pump just 10 million liters of recycled water per day back into households. Their pilot areas, 2 barangays in Parañaque. Lois Calderon, CNN, Philippines.
Straight ahead on Newsnight, a Senate report bears the names of agriculture and customs officials allegedly involved in the smuggling of agricultural products. And the Health Department reporting new cases of more transmissible Omicron subvariants. We break down the numbers next. Stay tuned.
pandemic, serving others is the best. Sa pagtutulungan, patuloy ang ating laban sa buhay. Kaya dapat always healthy. With proper diet, exercise, and MX3 coffee mix to ignite my day. Hi guys! Lagi akong focused, active, at extraordinary. Because the most important things in life deserve nothing less. MX3 coffee mix, my choice.
Fried chicken? Timplang happy! With easy-to-cook Magnolia Chicken Timplados. Iba't ibang sarap ng chicken, kaya! Anong Magnolia Chicken Timplados mo? Iba't ibang easy chicken sarap. Eyes on me everywhere, but I still take the dare. My game is always fair. I will always be impossible be. I will explore the comfortable, 'cause I'm a boomerang, I'm a boomerang, I'm a boomerang, I'm a boomerang. For everything that's true, count on GS and Blue. Let true things come your way, yeah. In your life you have a say. So choose what you sa bandang barkada, GS and Blue ang kasama. We just GS and Blue. Choose what's true.
Okay lang to make mistakes, kung sa sarili totoo at hindi fake.
Dahil ito ang GS and Blue.
Beyond bringing power to all, we're taking steps to produce and deliver Earth-friendly energy today and for our children's tomorrow. Powering the good life. Meralco.
You're watching CNN Philippines. A Senate committee report tags agriculture and customs officials in the smuggling of agricultural products. Senate President Tito Soto says the list was based on a validated intelligence report. Amor Santos gives us the meat of the story.
These are the names of alleged smugglers and their protectors in government, according to a validated intelligence report received by Senate President Tito Soto on May 17th. Soto included this list in a committee of the whole report filed on the last session day. Although it was not tackled in plenary, it's now considered public record. 17 senators signed it, and the highest official tagged in the report, Customs Commissioner Ray Guerrero. Joining him are 4 of his men. He attended the hearings as a resource person, saying seizures have increased over the years. The Senate probe showed 667 million pesos worth of smuggled agri-fishery commodities over the past 3 years, but not a single conviction has been made. All in all, there are 31 pending smuggling cases, with 1 case submitted for resolution. In March, Benguet farmers said they have been forced to give away their harvest as smuggled carrots flooded markets. Also listed in the report are Agriculture Undersecretary Ariel Cayanan and officials from the Bureau of Plant Industry and Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Industry.
Magtanong po tayo kung meron po tayong tinatawagan o inimpluensyahan. Idamay na po natin at isama yung mga importers, legal man or allegedly smugglers, na nabanggit kung meron po akong transaction or any connection sa kanila. And I'm pretty quite sure wala po.
The report also names a certain Toby Tiangco. The Navotas City Mayor clears his name, saying implicating him would be ironic when he has done efforts to curb smuggling. Senate President Tito Soto says the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency validated the motu proprio investigation.
Kung yan po ay dumaan na sa NBI yan, dumaan na talaga sa tinatawag natin investigasyon, mapatunayan, ay mag-resign.
If the Marcos administration would want to focus on smuggling, napakalaking bagay na po yun. The entire Senate is making that call. Yung sinabi niya, there is a need to reorganize the internal division of the DA. Tama rin po yun. And I hope he takes into account the Committee of the Whole report of the Senate.
Soto earlier said the list has been submitted to President-elect Bongbong Marcos. Amor Santos, CNN Philippines.
In a statement, Customs Commissioner Ray Guerrero refuted claims of his involvement in agricultural smuggling. Guerrero also says law enforcement agencies such as the NICA Armed Forces and National Police denied releasing an intelligence report implicating any customs official. Senate President Tito Soto earlier said the list came from NICA, but the intelligence body's director, Edsel Batalla, denies this. The Philippines reports more cases of the highly infectious Omicron subvariants. 50 more people tested positive for the BA.5, bringing the total tally to 93, while the health department found 11 new BA.2.12.1 cases and 2 more BA.4 infections. Most of the cases were detected in Western Visayas and among returning overseas Filipinos. Health officials are still verifying their travel histories. More minors can soon get additional protection from COVID-19 amid rising cases. Health Secretary Francisco Duque says booster vaccination of healthy minors 12 to 17 years old may begin within the week. The rollout was initially put on hold following the requirement of at least 40% booster coverage among senior citizens.
The 40% coverage for senior citizens as a requirement has been retracted already by the HTAC, because the HTAC was made to understand after some meetings with the NBOC chair, si Yusek Kabutahe, na operationally it's very difficult to make that requirement, to implement that particular requirement. It's impracticable. It will only mean to delay.
The general adolescent population may get their boosters 5 months after their second dose. Meanwhile, Dr. Tony Leachon, former special advisor for COVID-19, recommends second booster shots for economic frontliners and people with comorbidities. President-elect Marcos has yet to name the next health secretary. The whole country now awaiting who will take on one of the most crucial cabinet positions in the incoming administration. The chosen one will face several health and pandemic challenges early on. Carolyn Bonkin breaks them down for us.
A looming COVID-19 surge is among the first battles President-elect Bongbong Marcos has to face as he assumes office.
Ferdinand Marcos Jr. confronting decision points as he charts the country's path in a pandemic. Retain or abolish the COVID-19 Interagency Task Force? How to speed up slow vaccine booster rate? Will he keep the country under a state of calamity? A decision affecting access, supply of COVID-19 vaccines and treatments.
So isa yan sa dapat pag-aralan maigi, challenge for us also on how we can be able to consolidate all the efforts.
Then calls to strengthen the healthcare system. San Lazaro Hospital in Manila is a referral facility for communicable diseases. Here, Annalyn Saludario is seeking aid from the Malasakit Center for a laboratory test of pares and brain.
Hirap po, kakatulad ngayon, asawa ko lang po na pampagamot. Wala po talaga akong pampacheck up.
She has a wish that resonates with many others.
Matulungan niya po yung mga mahirap, na maano po yung malabanan po nila yung mga sakit nila. Hindi na po matakot magpo-hospital.
Government helps the poor pay hospital bills, yet the lines are long for other medical needs.
Wala kaming pambayad sa laboratory. So ang ginagawa po namin, we refer this to Malasakit Foundation. Pag hindi nasasalo po, we try to look for other ways po. Okay, kasi may mga funding naman po from our politicians, may mga guarantee letter, PCSO.
San Lazaro Hospital spokesperson Dr. Ferdinand de Guzman hopes government will spend more for health services and hospital upgrades.
We hope that they would continue a program similar to this, or they would continue the aims and goals of the Malasakit program.
A group of health workers also has a wish list. On top of it, raising the minimum wage for nurses and hospital staff.
Both public and private, dapat na nurses at NP, salary NP, ay dapat nasa 50,000 na po ngayon. At yung ating salary grade 1 sa gobyerno, ang panawagan natin, ay dapat nasa 25,000 na po ngayon.
Data aggregator iPrice Group's report in 2020 shows the Philippines is at the bottom in terms of health workers' pay within ASEAN. Mendoza says salary upgrade is important for health workers to stay in the country and prevent understaffing in facilities. The health sector is also asking the new administration to appoint honest and qualified people to state health insurer PhilHealth, which is now facing corruption issues. PhilHealth is key in carrying out the Universal Healthcare Act until 2025, providing health coverage to all Filipinos with low out-of-pocket expenses. For now, a first crucial step, appointing the next health secretary, will help realize Marcos's goals to improve health services under his term. Caroline Bongkin, CNN Philippines.
Outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo already has plans for her first days out of office. Her Angat Buhay NGO launches July 1st at the organization's Volunteer Center in Quezon City. This comes with a two-day street festival from Rob's president with initiatives like COVID response and disaster relief. In other news, solo parents are now entitled to more benefits under a new measure. The expanded Solo Parents Welfare Act lapsed into law after being left without President Rodrigo Duterte's signature. Under the measure, solo parents can get a 7-day paid leave from programs, while one child can get a full scholarship if qualified. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, for fans of K-pop sensation 17, find out how much you need to save up for tickets for their two-day Manila concert. Plus, BTS's J-Hope gives ARMYs a glimpse of the first track off his solo record, revealing a new side of the rapper. You're watching CNN Philippines.
Find more reasons to drive with the Toyota Vios, the Philippines' best-selling sedan that's made for Filipinos by Filipinos and is still the quality, durable, and reliable car that you love. Now with an upgraded hands-free entertainment feature for your driving convenience. Perfect for hard steering, spirited drives on the road. The Toyota Vios. Find more reasons to drive.
Sa dami ng taong nakalipas, salamat dahil hindi niyo kami iniwan. Dahil sa inyong tulong, mas naging maayos ang akala namin nakalimutan na. Basta't nariyan kayo, alam namin hindi mapapabayaan ang aming paghihirap para sa sarili, sa pamilya, sa kapwa, at sa bansa. Kampante kami, basta't kasama kayo.
San Miguel, Pilsen ang nasa pagitan. Laging nasa pagitan na San Miguel, Pilsen. Sarap laging kasama.
Ang isa pang tinutulong po kasi ng mga construction projects, bukod po doon sa mga construction sectors, once natapos na po lahat ng proyekto, it attracts investments, and more investments would mean more employment opportunities for all of us.
It is one of the purposes of San Miguel Infrastructure to provide more jobs to our fellow Filipino workers through these infrastructure projects. Partnering with local contractors means supporting the Philippine workforce as a whole, since these projects, big or small, truly help and provide jobs.
Welcome back to Newsnight. Where are some of your favorite NBA players headed for the 2022-23 season? The Brooklyn Nets' Kyrie Irving is likely staying with the team. The player is opting into his $37 million player option for the last year of his contract. Previously, there was talk of the Los Angeles Lakers signing Irving to reunite the former Cleveland champion duo of LeBron James and Kyrie. And reports from news outlets like Yahoo and ESPN say John Wall of the Houston Rockets is set on joining the LA Clippers. The player and his current team settled a contract buyout, allowing Wall to become a free agent. Entertainment news now. Stranger Things fans, are you ready to take a trip back to the Upside Down? Netflix dropped a new poster for Season 4, Volume 2 of its hit sci-fi show. The preview hints at Eleven and Max playing a big role again in facing the villain, Vecna. Volume 2 comes out Friday. But Pinoy fans are flipping over another teaser right in the Glorieta Mall in Makati. Take a look at the mall sign with the 4 turned upside down instead of 7 to promote the much-awaited Part 2 of the season. There was also an exhibit inside Glorieta mimicking the terrifying alternate dimension in the show. And trending in K-pop, J-Hope of BTS reveals the first single for his solo album, Jack in the Box, will be called More. The track's release is scheduled Friday. J-Hope also dropped these concept pictures, hinting at a darker concept for his latest solo venture. The BTS rapper previously released his own mixtape called Hope World back in 2018. And heads up, Pinoy Carrots ticket prices are out for 17's October 8 and 9 concerts in the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay. Prices range from 2,900 pesos to 18,450 pesos. Tickets selling for the show and, quote, ang mahal trended on Twitter after the announcement. Pre-sale registration begins today. And that is it for now. Join me again on news.ph at 7 p.m. I'm Pia Ontres for Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines.